Welcome to Wisdom Wednesday. I'm Coach Clarence, and here is part 2 of 20 questions you need answers to before you purchase your next home. All right, no time wasted here. Let's get right into it. Question number 6. Your next consideration is deciding on the community you'd like to live in and the daily lifestyle that you like to enjoy, okay? Are schools important to you? That's an important question. Have you done some research on the schools in the neighborhood you want to live? Do you want to be near like shopping or libraries or restaurants or gyms or other places that might be important in your daily life, your daily mantra? What about your commute time? You should take a couple of test runs during rush hour in the areas you're considering to determine if something you can live with. A lot of people get screwed over with that when they go somewhere and the commute is horrible. It kills them. And then they're stuck in a miserable deal for a long time until they can get moved. Okay, are you looking for a city, the suburb? You like to be out in the country. You like that open space. Some people like excitement of the city. Others like the peace and quiet of the country. And some split the difference into the suburbs. You know, where I live, it's nice and quiet. It's away from some of the big cities, so that's a bonus sometimes. What about your family and friends? Is it important for you to be near them? Some people want to move way away from their families. You know, really, your best bet is to drive around the area you think you may want to live, check it out to see if it meets your needs. Now, don't be a stalker. You know, maybe say hi to some people, ask some questions to the neighbors. Now, hopefully you have some honest neighbors that aren't trying to keep you from moving in and they tell you the honest truth. All right, question number 7. Once you've considered a few areas that you might want to live in, it's time to talk to your lender before you start looking at properties, because we're going to help you again figure out what you can afford based on your financial situation. I'm beating the drum on this. You got to know what you can qualify for before you waste your realtor's time and may even waste your time. Okay, that only gives you a great sense of comfort in shopping. It would also help your negotiation with the seller because you know what you got. You know where you could have room to go up or down. Be very careful with this, so do that first. Here's a big warning. Be careful what you see online and advertise on TV. Someone has to pay for all that advertising. Your local lender doesn't have that kind of overhead, like me. Don't have all that overhead, work from home, right? Has a lot of experience and knows the area well. If you end up in a call center or corresponding with someone online, you're likely dealing with a novice, and that has been very problematic for some folks, okay? I've got a lot of loans just because people have been frustrated with these big call centers, these big giant mortgage firms that don't get back to you, just another number. You know, with us, we pay attention to you. Each client is important. Now, once you talk to someone like me, your lender, it's time to find a real estate agent to help you find your dream home. Finding the right real estate agent is an important decision, trust me. You need to make sure you're compatible, what their communication skills are like. I'm happy to suggest some agents that I think might work well for you in the areas you're searching for. All right, realtors, who out there, who's going to take me to lunch to get these referrals? I'm just kidding. We know who our alliances are and who our partners are. Okay, or perhaps your family and friends may know somebody that they felt worked really well for them and that was a great experience. There's a lot of ways to look for a realtor, okay? Make a list and talk to some of the agents. Interview them before you think about working with them. Don't just go with them just because they say I'm a realtor. Same with a lender. Don't just go with somebody because they say they're a mortgage person. Get to know them, see if you guys are compatible, and really, does their financial philosophy work for you? Okay, what some new buyers are unfamiliar with are the term buyer's agent and seller's agent. A buyer's agent works for the buyer, but is paid for their services by the commission they earn on the property they sell, okay? This commission is most often paid by the seller, okay? A seller's agent works for the seller. So even though the seller compensates both agents, one agent, the buyer's agent, has your best interest in mind versus the seller's agent who should have his seller's best interest in mind, okay? This is important, a very important distinction when choosing someone to assist you in the home buying process. All right, so a lot of stuff to be thinking. I'm sure you're like, oh my God, I don't even want to buy a house. But anyway, you got to have the knowledge. Question number 8, once you've worked with your lender to figure out a monthly payment, an approximate sales price, and you started the process of finding a great agent, it's time to take a look at what properties might be available in the areas you are interested in, okay? This is a good, important step. Your real estate agent is your best source for information on properties. People email me, what do you think about this house? I'm gonna say, divert to your real estate agent. I might say, oh, I like that area, but that's all I'm gonna give you. You know, you gotta explore some stuff on your own to narrow down the scope for the real estate agent. You know, there are plenty of online resources that help you, find homes that are for sale, but really leave that to your agent, after you've given them where you wanna live and where you wanna be around, that kind of thing. All right, question number 9. While you're looking at properties, you might be wondering whether existing homes or new constructions are better options for you. There are some definitely distinct differences that you should consider. For instance, a new home is nice because it's brand new, no one's lived in there, you don't have any maintenance issues. Most stuff should be working properly when you move in. All the mechanical stuff, the plumbing, all that should be very up to date, should be new. A lot of times there's some great upgrades, but there are downsides as well. If you're one of the first buyers or the builder has sections planned and you want to sell your home in a few years, that can be difficult if they're still building or construction in your subdivision. And even though the home is new, so is the landscaping, which may take some effort or some money to get it to where you want to be. Another point to think about if you're going to be dealing with landscape. Do you like the landscape? Okay, on the other hand, it could be more energy efficient, but perhaps more cheaply made than an existing home, okay, that someone really put the work into it, right? An existing home may need some fixing up, repainting, some new carpets. Some may require more renovation, but the property may have a mature landscaping and you're in the neighborhood that you really want to be in. So all these things are super important to think about. And those can be very confusing, a lot of information I'm giving every week. So I think just go back through these videos or just DM me, give me a phone call, and let's talk about your situation. And I can walk you through each one of these points. Take notes while you watch these videos, okay? Okay, a lender like me, I can finance all types of homes. I can help you in any situation that you choose to be in. Okay, we even have some renovation options. If you're like a fixer-upper and you like a house that needs a little help and you want to fix it up, there's renovation loans for that. Okay, last question today. Now that you've narrowed down the areas you may want to live in and you secured your financing, it's time to start looking for your dream home. All right, you got your money, you're ready to go, you're all set. Go back to this video, go through these points, and again, give me a call. If you do need a realtor and you don't have one, give me a shout. I know some great men and women in this business, and I'll be more than happy to give you a referral. All right, it's Wednesday Wisdom. I'm Coach Clarence, and I'll see you next week for the next 5 tips that you should